So my GOAT, idol, realist, YB, has been officially sentenced to 27 months. I know he still has one more case or whatever it is impending or whatever, and he's going to have the court date for it soon. We'll see what happens with that. I'm sure it'll be fine. But what did I tell you? I told y'all that he was going to beat the case. I told y'all that, even though obviously it's complete whatever, but you know what I'm saying, beat the case in a way. I told y'all that he always, you know, gets out. You feel me? And I just hope he really learns from the situation whether he should be in there or not, because they did violate his right, and this whole thing has been bullshit, and they've been, you feel me, and all that. But, you know, I want him to do the best for himself, and I really don't want him to be locked up anymore, whether it's house arrest or both. You know, he deserves to enjoy his life, you feel me? Works really, really hard, you know? So just get the little shit together, YB, and you're going to be fine. You got blessed to only be 27 months, if it's even that long. A lot of people are saying it's only going to be 12 months, especially Kodak's lawyer said that. He said that on good behavior. It could even be less, but obviously we'll see what happens with the other court dates still. But great job by the lawyers as usual, and you know, you can't complain about this. You know, the time will fly. His fans will be right there for him waiting. He'll still be very, very young, and he's gonna have a whole nother insane generational takeover. Imagine when he starts touring. I think he's gonna do it for the fans. I cannot wait. We'll see what Ak has to say a little bit. Obviously we have so much YB reaction on the channel every time we drop new music, to back to his old songs, to the more recent stuff, the least, you know. And unfortunately I had to take a lot of those down because, you know, they got blocked and all that. So a lot of them aren't there, but some of them still are, I think, or something. So but we're gonna see what Ak has to say about it real quick. You know,
shout out to my man Brad for Cohen.
You feel me? So we'll watch some of this.
Predicted this,
so
and
my GOAT, man.
Youngboy struck what's called
my GOAT. I miss my GOAT, man.
So he's settled.
I'm gonna drop music, man. Entered into saw the Survivor music video got
with
dropped.
Both the state government and also the federal government, and it was also it was pretty much detailed in court. I'm going to read through this real quick. It's 10 pages, but I'm not going to read through everything.
That is really public.
Essentially, this is the plea. Youngboy hereby acknowledges that he's been advised of his rights. Part of the agreement with the United States, he's going to plead guilty to count one of the indictment. You don't know what that is. Let me just get to some interesting part. So he's pleading guilty. He said the elements of each count, felony possession of firearms, is that he's pleading guilty that he knowingly had a firearm after being convicted of a crime punishable by imprisonment for a term longer than a year, which means a felon. Okay, he's pleading that he knowingly possessed the firearms and that the firearms were in and affecting commerce. Okay,
I didn't even get
now this is where the penalty for the charge comes in. All right, give me a second. Okay.
27.
So this is a stipulated sentence. It says, pursuant to rule blah blah, the federal rules of criminal procedures and sentences imposed by the court will be as follows. Okay, which it's been agreed that there are reasonable sentences. He's going to be getting 27 months for gun possession as a felon, federal gun possession, with credit for time served going back to May 10th. So now So he gets 4 months off of that. So really he's about to serve 23 months. If we look at 85% of 23 months, because that's, you know, it's the feds. That's the only way you're going to, they don't do early release like that. So, yeah, 23 times 0.85. He's going to do about 20 months, which honestly, in about a year from now, or let's say before we get on to 2026, he'll be free. So I think he got off pretty well, you know.
Me too.
His federal case, he's pleading guilty with 27 months in prison. He's also getting 5 years in probation, by the way. Yeah. So he's taking 5 years in probation for another charge. That will be consecutive to the 27 months in prison. And also, he will have to pay a fine of $200,000. Okay. Yeah. Now, as a part of that's his federal charge. He has a state charge for acting like he was a doctor and taking all these pills.
Right.
It does say.
Seems weak. He'll be fine. Education.
Okay, here we go.
8th grade.
And now it says, I understand that this plea agreement is solely between me and the United States Attorney for the District of Utah, does not bind, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. It says case number, whatever, filed in the Utah 2nd District Court will be dismissed after my sentencing in case, blah, blah. I will enter plea agreements for these in the Utah First District Court, and essentially he's paying an extra $25,000 because whatever he pled guilty to before, they're gonna just roll the indictment into whatever he pled guilty to before. Everything is going to be consecutive. Concurrent. So he's doing one jail time, all right?
Yeah.
He just has to pay about $225,000. He'll be getting out in like pretty much a year, 14 months. I think he got off easy. You know, I think everybody was expecting him to get up to maybe 10 years. I thought he was going to get at least 4 or 5. Him getting out in 27 months, and this plea, he's taking a plea for everything, and it's going to allow him to just pretty much be free in a year. Youngboy's winning. And you got to say salute to his attorney, Drew Finland. They say Drew Finland is a magician. He knows how to work the system. He knows everybody in the system. So for him to even get...
All right, bro. My goat coming home soon, bro. It's going to be... Time going flying. It's just going to be a matter of time, bro.